What's up guys, Matt with Chrome Donkey here. I just wanted to do an update video on the Insta360 360 camera that you're watching me on right now. So I must say that so far this camera has been phenomenal. So what you're looking at right now is 5.7K footage at 30 frames per second. And apologies about the background noise. It has been an absolute gorgeous day out today. It's probably 75 degrees right now, not a cloud in the sky. As you can tell, I've got no doors, I've got no top, all the windows are down. I'm trying to soak this up while we can, because here in the south it'll probably be winter tomorrow, right? That's the way it works. So anyway, back to the camera. So the Insta360 360 is a modular camera, so that's one of the things that really drew me to it, because if you compare this to the GoPro as an example, and you wanted both an action cam and a 360 camera, that would require two separate purchases from GoPro. You'd need to get their Hero line, like the Hero 9 they just came out with, for cutting edge technology on the action camera, hyper smooth, all that great stuff. And GoPro is phenomenal, so no knocking GoPro here, just comparing and contrasting. But then if you wanted to get 360 cam footage, you would need their GoPro Max edition. So essentially you've got two cameras, and when you look at the price of purchasing the Max and the Hero 9, it's more expensive than the Insta360 360. And the other thing I like about the 360 is it's modular, which is the reason why you don't have to purchase two cameras. You've got a battery base, you've got the brain, which is the screen and where all the settings reside, and then you have what they call the mod, which is basically whichever lens that you're shooting with. They have all kinds of different options, but right now you're looking at the 1-inch Leica lens, which is a partnership that Insta360 360 and Leica entered into. So basically it's a 1-inch sensor, so it's a really large lens. It looks very reminiscent of a DSLR, and it's a really nice sensor aperture. It lets a lot of light in. Just like most of the action cams, none of these action cams are going to be superb in low light settings, but certainly this will perform better than the other action cams in low light, simply because the fact it allows more light to come in when there already is scarce limits of light. So love the resolution that it's in right now, this 5.7K at 30 frames per second. I will say that if you're watching this on a computer, if you're watching it in a window and not full screen, you might see a little bit of waviness or graininess in certain areas of higher detail. And I've noticed this in the past when, let's say, brick happens to be in the shot that has a lot of contours and ridges and deep porous surface contours, if you will. It's picking up that resolution and that texture, but the problem is it's having a hard time displaying all those pixels in such a small condensed window. So if it's anything like what I experienced and you go full screen with this video, all of a sudden those issues go away and you get all the resolution, my beautiful face in all its glory, right? But the point is, super high quality, especially in medium to high light settings. The other thing that's a big plus on the Insta360 360 is the app. And for me personally, having used GoPro, that is the one area that I always hated about GoPro, is their software. It's horrific in my opinion. The only thing their software is good for is pairing it to your phone and letting you see on your phone what the camera sees, so that if it's mounted out somewhere, you know that what you're hoping to record is in fact in the shot. It's really never been much more than that for me. There for a minute they had this quick application for a desktop, but it was buggy, it would crash, etc. I will say, having used the Insta360 360 app for quite a while, the mobile app and the desktop apps are phenomenal. The mobile app is very intuitive. You can actually pair to the camera, download the footage right there, do your editing on the app. You can do some really cool effects too. You can do like the tiny planet, you can do like a meteor shot, all kinds of other cool things. And then you can save it locally to your phone and then upload it to Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case is. And when you get to the desktop app, you pick up some additional capabilities where you can, if you're shooting in 360, you can lock the direction, you can enable hyper smooth, you can actually control the panning of the shot. So if you shot in 360 and you would rather just harvest that footage to create a typical video, like a 4K video without the 360 option, you can control the view that your audience is going to see. And where this, I think, is going to be beneficial for this channel is when I do review videos and maybe installation videos, I'll shoot that in 360. So I can literally just put the thing on my head, and I've actually got a test that I'm uploading right now, but I've got the head strap that I originally bought for the GoPro. Stick that on your head, stick the 360 cam on it, and then you don't have to worry about is what you're trying to get in the shot in the frame, because it's 360. It will automatically be in there, but later you can control what the audience sees. So in other words, if I'm doing an installation video and I'm laying on my back up underneath the Jeep, I can control what your view will be so that whatever I'm talking about, whatever I'm installing, you also see. Now I think experimenting with it, which I'm still doing, if you just upload the raw 360 footage in the, the 360 format, I don't think that's going to be ideal. Simply because when you're doing installation videos and reviews, you're generally moving around a lot. Your head is moving. You're not trying to do a very still and stable video. So I have a feeling if I just upload it in raw 360, it's going to be too much movement. So I will need to do some editing on my end to control what the viewer yourself sees, so that when I'm doing the installation video, I actually get the bonus of focusing everywhere I want to focus. So I think that's going to be really, really cool. Time will tell. So guys, so far I've been thoroughly impressed. I actually got the remote along with the Insta360 360. This comes in handy because you don't have to worry about using your phone. Most of the time it's doing other things anyway. Literally has a start stop button where I can stop recording, start recording. I can snap a pic real quick, so it's literally just a 2-button remote. The other cool thing is this is a GPS enabled remote. So whereas in the past the GoPro had GPS built in internally, the Insta360 360 actually does not. So if you want to overlay any any GPS data like speed, any type of mapping, you'll need to get the remote as well, which for me was no big deal. The remote will be with me wherever I am anyway. And the other nice convenient thing about the remote is it has Bluetooth sleep and wake, which is awesome. You literally turn the remote on, camera turns on. Turn the remote off, camera turns itself off, which is convenient, especially if you have the camera mounted away from your arm's reach, like on the front of your vehicle or something like that, getting footage. You can do everything from this little simple remote. So with that said, the Rode Micro is the audio source in this video. I just want to make sure I did not forget to mention that at the beginning. It does have a built-in microphone, obviously. The one thing I will say, typical action cam mic quality, right? You're not going to get great quality. The Rode Micro, though, should be giving you guys really good quality. You probably pick up all the cars from the road, all the ambient noise, cars like this passing by, you'll be able to hear. The Rode Micro does have a wind sock, which if I do this type of recording again where I don't have all the windows closed, I'll remember to bring the sock and put it on, so any of the wind noises at least will be cut down. But I do think that this microphone works well. But the other cool thing that Insta360 360 has, as do other action cams, but they pair with your Airpods. So if you have some Apple Airpods, in my case I've got the Pros, I can actually put those in with the little over-ear silicone pieces that'll hold them in your ear real securely, and that can then serve as a microphone, but it also can serve as a voice activation for your camera. So I can literally say, start recording, it'll start recording, stop, so on and so forth. What's nice about that is, going back to the whole installation, the review videos, I don't have to worry about a microphone. I don't have to worry about where is the camera's mic pointed, or where is this Rode Micro pointed, because it is a shotgun style mic. I don't have to worry about that because the Airpods will be the microphone. Will they be the best quality? Probably not, but still, doing those style videos, I think it'll be real advantageous to not have to mess with the microphones. So guys, that's plenty enough about the Insta360 360. Highly recommended. I absolutely love the camera. The software is phenomenal. They're always doing firmware updates as well. They've added awesome new capabilities just via firmware. They added a vivid color profile. They've got a really cool aqua vision filter, so if you do take it underwater and submerge it, it helps the underwater colors become more vivid and real versus what you might otherwise see in a washed out setting. So lots of really cool stuff. Make sure you check out the link in the description to the Insta360 360 page. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video if you found this useful and a cool way to test out the camera. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post new content. And stay tuned for the next video. Stay safe and stay healthy, guys, and we'll see you soon.